Hey guys, this is a quick video on how I back up my logs each time I get done playing on the radio. And this is my station right here. It uses a Raspberry Pi 3, which lives over here. And it's on my power supply that goes to half of my station. Of course, here's the other half of my station. And there's some stuff back there. There's a TNC and a power supply. That has no bearing on what this video is actually about. But after I'm done logging and playing on ham radio, I like to do a backup as described on my website, w1rcp.com. So I'll close out my logs, and I close out of FLDigi, which I use for my logs. And I hit yep. Alright, so close FLRig usually, because that controls the radio. And now I'm here, and I'm going to show you what this looks like if I did want to edit something in here, which I've already done it prior to this. And it's not happy because another program is actually using it. So we're going to open it read-only. I actually have another computer that's SSH'd into this that I was using to write my blog. But this is my script, and it's fairly simple. Of course, it has the shebang, and then I have a variable that says this, and this is the location that I write to, and it's the media cruiser on my Raspberry Pi over here, on that pile of stuff. And then it's called backup on the website right here, but mine is cruiser. And then that is where it is on my computer. That is on this Raspberry Pi here, my ham Raspberry Pi. That's a temporary location. So I make a directory that is that temporary location, temp and then ham. The ham file is what actually goes to the server. So then I tell whoever's using the script what's about to happen. These are all the files that I want to keep safe from disaster. And so it's a copy, and of course it's recursive, and it's verbose. So it recursive copies the folder and everything in it, usually. And then the verbose, it'll actually tell you what it's copying in the script. It doesn't send it to a bit bucket or anything. And then this says I'm going to upload. This is a comment in the file. It doesn't actually show up in the script, but all these comments kind of show you what's going on. SCP is the program that sends it to it. The P and the R means something. I sure as heck can't tell you what that means right now because I forgot. But it copies this file, that file to this, and then that is the temporary one. This is the one, the location on the Raspberry Pi. That is my backup server. When it's done, regardless of whether this was successful or not, it removes the directory that is temporary. So that is that, and I know I'm doing this with my phone, so it's very shaky, but I'm going to quit that and show you when I get done playing. I go to my documents directory in a terminal. I type in / the name of my script. I hit enter, and it tells me everything that it's copying, and it's going to take forever because I have things in my documents folder that needs to be deleted. Those are maps for Exastier, or however you say that. Some people say disaster. I kind of like Exastier. So anyways, it is now backing all of this stuff up. It's going to take a minute because there's some things in there that are bigger than they should be. So in the meantime, there's W1RCP in Exastier, and that's what's on here. So when that finally finishes, it's going to go to the SSH portion when it gets to the bottom. You can see that there's quite a few things, and some of them are redundant, depending on it's actually a backup of a backup. So that's going to take a minute. That was probably dumb on my part. I usually clean up once a week in those files, but I haven't done it in a while. So through the Wi-Fi it goes eventually, and it will come over to my Raspberry Pi that sits so nicely over here. You've got a Wi-Fi dongle or Wi-Fi card, whatever you want to call it, USB drive in the Raspberry Pi, and then this is my Cruiser USB stick. It's going to copy everything there. So if either one of these fails and it's common for some of these older Raspberry Pis to freeze up on me. I don't know if that's across the board, but it happens to me. I actually just replaced this last night. I know that's dating my video, but it copies it there. At least this won't die, usually, unless somebody smushes it, smashes it, breaks it, steals it, whatever. All right, so that is pretty much how this works. Now you can see that it is copying. It didn't ask me for a password to go to the server, which is great because I don't have to be here to do the backup. I can be in bed or playing on Twitter, whatever. All right, so that's that. Finally, we'll open one more of these and I'll show you how SSH, without using passwords, you just use a shared key. We go pi out. And of course, this is the IP address for mine. It's 192.168.1.110. And I'll hit enter, and it should, if all works well, go right into it. And then if I ls from media, you'll see cruiser. And then I can ls from cruiser, and you can see ham and ham old. The ham old is a old backup that I just kept on there, but last night I made a new ham folder. So then we can ls from there, and if it's not busy, it'll tell us what's in there. So there's documents, logs, QSOs, macros, all the good stuff that I want to save. All right, so in short, 6 minutes and 40 seconds later, that is how I use my 2 Raspberry Pis to do backups of things that I do not want to lose in the event of disaster. So I have 2 copies at this point. Every once in a while, I will send a copy of the USB drive on that one to one more device. You can see it sitting there. One more external hard drive. And that's a little more labor intensive because you have to unplug stuff, and it's aggravating. I only do it once in a while. But having 2 copies is usually enough to keep me from being in a lot of trouble. Occasionally I'll upload a log to my website, a folder up there, just for a third and extra safe location. Sometimes I'll email it to myself. Because when I was KK4FGM, I lost my original logs before I ever uploaded them for LOTW credit, QRZ, all those. And so it's gone for good. I'll never see them again. I had some good contacts that I just like to go reminisce and look at. But anyways, there we go. I'm Robbie, W1RCP, and you can check out this at my website, w1rcp.com, or find me on 40 meters most nights on CW. So it'll take us an hour to talk about just a little bit because I'm 10 words a minute, but enjoy. All right, I hope that this little tour has been enjoyable, and tune back another day and we'll have something else in the hobby.